Do you believe that only specially gifted people can access the Akashic Records? It's not true. With a bit of practice, anyone can access the records, including you, and I'm going to show you 3 ways you can do it in this video. Hi everyone, I'm Sophia Persephone and I'm a channel for the Council of Light. In my videos I share everything they've been teaching me for the past few years. So how do you access the Akashic Records, and what are the Akashic Records anyway, and why would you want to access them? Well, the Akashic Records are basically the universal database. They contain every bit of information that exists about our universe and every single data point that's been generated since the beginning of time, as well as the probabilities of what's likely to happen next on both a micro and a macro scale. As you progress to the later stages of awakening, it's really important to learn to read the records for yourself. Once you're in the final transcendent stage of spiritual awakening, your team is going to encourage you to become self-sufficient, because in the early stages of awakening, they're accessing the records on your behalf. They're feeding you the information, but ultimately you need to learn to stand on your own 2 feet and do this for yourself. This saves your team's energy, and it means they can spend more time helping other awakeners. If you want to know anything about your past lives, your intentions for this life, and the best path for you right now, the Akashic Records are exactly where you'll find this kind of information. Now, with all of the 3 techniques that I'm going to teach you in this video, accessing the records will be easier if you build a strong foundation. You need strength of mind and an abundance of positive energy. So that means daily meditation, observing a spiritual diet, keeping clear of alcohol and other detrimental substances, and removing negative energy from your system and your environment as much as possible. Okay, so let's dive into the techniques. How to access the Akashic Records. Technique number 1, use meditation and visualization. The Akashic Records are stored in one of the higher dimensions, so you need to be in a meditative state to get to them. Meditation puts your body into trance and it allows your conscious mind to ascend. You can use whatever technique you usually use to quiet your mind, but you're going to find it easiest if you lie down. Before you start to meditate, set the intention that you wish to visit the Akashic Records and be clear about the information that you want to view. Once you can feel that you're in a trance state, you can start with the visualization. Imagine you're standing in a crystal elevator. You see a button before you which says the Akashic Records. Press the button and feel the elevator ascend. When the doors open, visualize a long walkway leading you to a beautiful library. At the doors of the library stands the record keeper. Ask him for the information that you wish to view. He will hand you a book or a device which will automatically turn to the page with the answers to your question, and then you can read the information. The answers may appear visually to you, or you may just suddenly know the answer. Now, it's polite to always thank the record keeper for their time once you have the information you need. And as always, come out of trance safely by returning to your body using the same elevator. Okay, how to access the Akashic Records. Technique number 2, use automatic writing. Automatic writing is a channeling technique which allows information to flow through you via the superconscious mind. And again, you need to attain a state of trance, and then you just let your hand move freely across a piece of paper or a keyboard without trying to consciously control it. And you might be surprised to find that the handwriting isn't your own. As with the previous technique, begin by setting a clear intention. Ask the question you want answered by the Akashic Records and explain that you're allowing yourself to be used as a channel to receive the answer. Take a few moments to calm your mind and reach a meditative state, bearing in mind that in this technique you'll probably be sitting at a table or a desk, so breathing techniques can help here. For example, you can breathe in for a count of 4, hold the breath, and then breathe out for a count of 8. Once you're in trance, start writing or typing, allowing your hand to move freely. Don't worry about spelling or grammar, just let the information flow. Now, you need to maintain a receptive state during this practice, so don't try to read what you've written or to analyze the contents. Trust your intuition. Pay attention to any nudges or feelings that come up as you're writing, because these are also a form of information. Once you've finished writing, Then you can reflect on what you've written and interpret the message you've been given. Okay, how to access the Akashic Records. Technique number 3, use lucid dreaming. Now, while this technique requires more practice than the other two, it's an extremely powerful method of receiving information from the records. And it's also great for meeting your guides and your higher self, doing shadow work, and for manifesting. So overall, it's one of the most potent spiritual techniques you can learn. Now, this is a 2-part technique because first of all, you're going to need to develop lucid dreaming skills. You can do this by keeping a dream diary, setting intentions before you sleep, and using reality checks throughout the day. I'm going to link you to Charlie Morley's YouTube channel in the description of this video because he is one of the great teachers and practitioners of lucid dreaming working in the world today, and you can learn everything you need from him if you want to develop this skill. In fact, he is the person that I learned to lucid dream from. Okay, so let's assume you already know how to lucid dream. Again, you're going to need to set the intention before you fall asleep that you want to explore the Akashic Records and be clear on the topic that you want to research. Once you become lucid within a dream, in other words, you're aware that you're dreaming but you don't wake up, you need to stabilize the dream and deepen the lucidity by engaging your senses. You can do this by taking a moment to explore your surroundings and grounding yourself just as you would do in real life. Then seek out the Akashic Records if they're not already in front of you. You can direct your intention within the dream to finding the gateway to the records by visualizing a door or a book or a scroll, anything really which symbolizes accessing the records. As soon as your symbol appears, interact with it in a way that represents your entry into the realm of the Akashic Records. So this could be something like stepping through the gateway or opening the book. Then allow yourself to be open to receiving the information you're looking for. Ask specific questions or just allow information to flow to you. It may come in visual words, or someone might speak to you, you might see symbols, or you might just have a sense of knowing. Have you accessed the Akashic Records? I'd love to hear about your experience, so please leave me a comment below.